What's up, you football degenerates? It's SOG Football here, back with another list. Today I'll be counting down the top 10 fastest players in the NFL today. I just want to be clear how I'm going to determine the fastest players, so there are three metrics. Number one is the 40-yard dash speed, number two is the next-gen fastest ball carrier speed, and number three is the most important for me, which is in-game speed and what I like to call the eye test. I want to be clear, there's not going to be a single metric that's perfect for determining this. It's going to be highly subjective, and you're going to disagree no matter what. Regardless, feel free to comment below, let me know what you would change, and I'll just leave the fluff out of it. Without further ado, here are the top 10 fastest players in the NFL today. Starting off this list at number 10 is the man who led the NFL last season for fastest ball carrier speed, Mr. Jonathan Taylor. It was a very slow start for Jonathan Taylor by his standards. The Colts' offensive line was a shell of themselves compared to last season, and the entire offense was in shambles because of it. Last year, Jonathan Taylor was the unanimous best running back in the NFL. Not only did he have the fastest ball carrier speed, but he had the fourth fastest and fifth fastest time as well. While he didn't clock in at top 20 this season, it wasn't because he became slower. The offensive line did him no favors, which limited the explosive plays. When we get a healthy Jonathan Taylor going into next season, expect him to become one of the next-gen league leaders once again. Most of the plays I'm showing are from last year, but again, being a year removed isn't going to change anything. He's coming back. He's going to be one of the fastest players in the NFL. At number 9 in this list is another Indianapolis Colt, Parris Campbell. I'm not going to lie, I was ready to label Parris Campbell a bust going into the season. He was very raw when he was drafted in 2019, but his outstanding athletic measurables propelled his draft stock into the second round. He just had the best season of his career. His 4.31 40-yard dash speed finally showed up, and he clocked in with the fastest ball carrier top speed this season with a time of 22.1 miles per hour. It's especially wild considering it wasn't even on a deep pass. He recorded the fastest time on an end around in which he only gained 26 yards. Needless to say, this dude has wheels. While he was still raw, you love to see the young man trending upwards in terms of production. Just take a look at the play included above. He absolutely scorches his defender. He's wide open, there should be a walk-in touchdown, but he outruns Matt Ryan's arm. Get a quarterback that can throw him in stride, and Parris Campbell can be a productive receiver, because speed kills. At number 8 in this list is Breece Hall. Oh, what could have been. If it weren't for an ACL tear cutting the season short for Breece Hall, there was no doubt in my mind that he would have won the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. Hell, the Jets might have even made the playoffs. He was looking that good. With only 7 games played, Breece Hall still finished the season with the third fastest ball carrier speed. Coming into the NFL draft, he was viewed as an athletic freak, and it didn't take long for us to see it in the field. At only 21 years old, I'm expecting a full recovery for Breece Hall. He is a superstar in the making on a Jets team with a very young and talented offense. Minus quarterback. Just look at this play here. Someone who's 220 pounds should not be able to run this fast and fluid and be able to run over defenders like this. Breece Hall is an athletic freak with endless potential in the NFL. At number 7 on this list, we have Joe Burrow's right-hand man, Ja'Marr Chase. After winning Offensive Rookie of the Year last season, Ja'Marr Chase followed up with another 1,000-plus yard receiving season in only 12 games. There really is no weakness in Ja'Marr Chase's game. He's exceptional at pretty much every wide receiver trait, but it is his take the top off the defense ability that really puts him in the elite category. Time and time again, we have seen him best elite level cornerbacks with his top level speed. Whoop! God, I really hope that wasn't annoying if you had headphones, but I just needed to make a point. This guy's hurdling defenders. He's doing the most. Before and after the catch, he finds ways to best cornerbacks with that speed. He is a yards after the catch beast and a monster when it comes to deep balls. Just look at the bottom of the screen. The quarterback had no chance. Tries to press, not even close. Ja'Marr Chase just destroys him. Moving on to number 6 on this list, we have Jaire Alexander. It's about damn time we move on to a defensive player. This is the main reason you can't just look at next-gen stats for judging a player's speed. The fastest ball carriers are not only biased to the running backs, but for offensive players in general. The fastest defensive players need some love too, and Jaire Alexander is one of them. Jaire Alexander ran a 4.38 40-yard dash in the NFL Combine, which ensured his rightful draft position in the first round. He quickly became one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. This year he proved that in his second matchup against Justin Jefferson, limiting him to the lowest receiving numbers of the season. He is without a doubt a top 5 cornerback in the NFL today. You look here, and Gabriel Davis, known as a home run hitter, Jaire Alexander, stride for stride, didn't have a chance to catch that football. This is probably my favorite play of him. He has high outside zone, so anything going high near him, he can't let it past it. But he's looking for work, uses his speed, keeps looking, makes the play. Unbelievable. Kicking off the top 5, we have rookie running back Kenneth Walker. With all the hype around Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker really flew under the radars for most fans. But he really shouldn't have. I mean, if we're talking speed, Kenneth Walker actually had the faster 40-yard dash between the two. He was set to be the backup to Rashad Penny throughout the season, but we've all seen this story before. Since in the NFL, Rashad Penny has been incapable of staying healthy. The moment he went down this season, Kenneth Walker exploded onto the scene. His 22-mile-per-hour top speed this season was the fastest recorded time for any running back. His home run hitting ability on explosive runs has put him into the conversation as one of the best running backs in the NFL in only his first season. It's really a shame he didn't win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Not discrediting the impressive season of Garrett Wilson, but I do believe that Kenneth Walker was the rightful winner. At number 4 is Christian Watson. With the departure of Davante Adams to the Raiders, there was a massive void to fill for this offense. Aaron Rodgers has been begging the Packers front office to go out and get a top receiver in the NFL draft. While they didn't draft a first-round receiver, they did hit the jackpot in the second round by drafting Christian Watson. This is another case of an extremely raw but athletically gifted player being drafted based on potential. He is 6'5" and runs a 4.36 40-yard dash. It was looking grim early in the season. On the first play of his career, he absolutely torched the cornerback on a deep route, but then dropped the football. After that, it was injury after injury keeping him off the football field. Then in week 10, we saw him flourish. After only recording 88 receiving yards and 0 touchdowns in his first 9 games, Christian Watson recorded 107 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns in only the week 10 game. Kicking off the top 3 is Jaylen Waddle. Going into the season, I thought with the addition of Tyreek Hill that Jaylen Waddle would be an afterthought in this offense. I'm here to tell you I was wrong. Jaylen Waddle picked up right where he left off after his impressive rookie season. He just led the NFL in yards per reception this season with 18.1 and yards per target with 11.7. Those are both stats that prove how fast he is with and without the football in his hands. He also had the 6th fastest top speed according to the Next Gen with 21.68 miles per hour. It's clear the 24-year-old will be amongst the fastest players in the NFL for years to come. Just look here, he makes the catch, then looks for more. Don't just give yourself up and be satisfied with the first down, look to score. This is a luxury only the fastest NFL players have, and Jaylen Waddle is clearly one of them. He is constantly leaving would-be tacklers in the dust with his tremendous yards after the catch ability. At number 2 on this list is one of the biggest surprises last season, Tariq Woolen. It still blows my mind that Tariq Woolen fell all the way to the 5th round in the NFL draft. Players like Christian Watson get drafted in the early rounds because of athletic measurables, so why wasn't the same case for Tariq Woolen? This man is 6'4", 210 pounds, and runs a 4.26 40-yard dash. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's clear he came into the season with a chip on his shoulder. He not only locked up some of the best wide receivers, but he also recorded an impressive 6 interceptions, which was tied for the most in the NFL. Woolen was a diamond in the rough for the Seahawks. At only 23 years old, he has potential to develop into the best cornerback in the NFL. Just look here, he has outside responsibility up top, but still tracks TJ Hawkinson all the way across the field. Not only that, as an elite level quarterback, you have to look to score. Woolen turns this into a pick 6 while making Jared Goff look like an unathletic scrub. This is another favorite of mine. He bites in the run but doesn't give up. He knows he's beat, but uses that speed for a wild closing distance to the football. And finally, at number 1, the fastest player in the NFL, Tyreek Hill. I know I continue to make this point, but Tyreek Hill is living proof that you can't just look at the fastest ball carrier speed when judging the fastest NFL players. Rewind to 2016 when Tyreek Hill was a return specialist. He had both of the fastest recorded times according to Next Gen. That's especially impressive considering he had the tendency to slow down and throw up a peace sign on his way into the end zone. In 2022, he didn't even crack the top 20 for fastest recorded times. That's not because he's slower, it's because of the situation. When he catches the football, he's already reached his top speed when he torched the defender. He also has the tendency to outrun to his arm and receive an underthrown football. All you have to do is watch him running routes. Not only is he the fastest player in the NFL today, but he might be the quickest. While he might be dethroned soon, I can't imagine this list without him number 1. The metrics may not back it up, but all you have to do is watch him play. That's the reason why in-game speed and what I like to call the eye test is the most important metric when determining the fastest players. Tyreek Hill is the fastest player in the NFL, and I really can't be convinced otherwise. And that concludes my top 10 list. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Comment below and be the first to tell me I'm wrong. Again, this is a very highly subjective list, so I welcome any and all opinions. If you want to check out any of my other lists, I have included thumbnails above. That goes for 2023 or all-time lists. I have also broke down the top 10 fastest NFL players ever, so feel free to check it out. Anyways, that concludes my list. Peace out, guys. Have a great one.